Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad that you joined us today. I'm going to jump right into it. But wait, be sure to comment, click that like button, and subscribe. So let's get into it. Today, I want to talk about what men say that they want versus what they really want. Okay? So I'm going to start off with this disclaimer from the gate. Listen, this is not every man. This is a certain type of man, and we're going to talk about this. So this is what they say that they want. They say that they want loyalty, they want love, they want respect. They want you to be that whole ride or die chick. They want you to be able to talk to them. They want a woman who's sexy, who's smart, who can challenge them. You're a movement by yourself, but y'all are a force when you're together. Okay. Word to Neo, word to Fab. Okay. But, they want those things. I mean, it's simple. They constantly tell us, what men are simple, they don't expect much, right? They don't expect much. It's women that are complicated. If that were the case, then why is it that, these men, these relationship gurus are on these relationship tour, all men panels, trying to decode, the age old mystery of what men really want? And it's so crazy because what I'm hearing, I'm like, this can't be real. If men were more honest and say for real, what it is that they want, a lot of people would not be dealing with them. So this is what they really want. I gave you a little short synopsis of what they say they want. But what they really, really want is to have the benefits of the relationship without a title, without any actual commitment. They want you to invest your whole entire mind, whole entire body, soul, everything into them, but they don't want to invest that same energy into you unless that's what they want to do that day. You know what I mean? If they're feeling you that day, they want to holler at you. If they're not feeling you that day, they want to call you and text you whenever they want to pop up. They want to do that. But they don't want to legit, have a commitment with you. For what? That would shut down other options for them, right? So they always have to have other women in the bag. So they can't, really have a title and lock you down. Even when they're in a relationship, they still want to be able to act single. They still want to be able to flirt with other women. They want to be able to have text friends, friends, quote unquote, that they text that they're actually flirting with. That's what they really want to do, right? They want to have their cake and eat it too, okay? They say they want, a Proverbs 31 woman, a woman that's going to pray for them, a woman that's going to hold them down. But then when you actually do challenge them, they don't want that. You know what I mean? They want you to be a doormat that you could walk all over them, but then at the same time, they want you to be a challenge, right? You see what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. Make it make sense for me because it just doesn't make sense. Also, they want you to add to their life. They say they want you to add to their life, but what they're actually looking for you to do, they want you to be their life coach, okay? They want you to be their free life coach to kind of help them, on their way. They don't really necessarily want to pay you for that. They're not going to hire a professional for that. No, that's why they have a woman in their life, you know what I mean? To be able to do all of that for them. Now, they say also that they want a woman that's sexy and modest. I think that's an oxymoron, but they're going to go to church functions. They're even going to host panels shaming women on what they wear, saying that women are a stumbling block, okay? And because some women are not covered up or whatever, but then when they go home, they're actually following, if you check their social media, they're liking half naked women pictures and they're following twerk team videos on YouTube or whatever, but they're saying with their mouth they want a woman that's modest. It's so crazy because I've been watching like the YouTube pranks or whatever, And though some of the ladies are doing the dressing like a quote unquote thought challenge, and these men are like, no, you can't leave the house, and they're like forcing them to put clothes on, threatening to break up with them because they can't leave the house like that. But I'm like, really? So you don't want your girl to dress like that. But if that type of woman were to pass by, you're going to turn your head and be disrespectful and look. So it's just like, what is it that y'all want? It just doesn't make sense. And so if we get caught up in focusing on all these little details that these men want, you're going to go absolutely bonkers. Because let me tell you, I used to drink the Kool-Aid. You're going to keep hearing me say this phrase. I used to drink the Kool-Aid. I used to buy all the books. I was really into magazines when I was younger. I used to read 17 magazine. I used to read Cosmopolitan. I used to read Young and Modern, like all these magazines, right? Why didn't he call articles on why he didn't call you back? Why he didn't do this? 5 ways to know if he like you. 100 ways to know if he's into you. 600 ways to know what he likes, what to wear on a date, what perfume to wear, all this stuff. And it's just like, it's absolutely a dead end, right? Because they'll keep saying that, oh, men are visual. They like, they like something to look at. But guess what? Guess who was cheated on? Beyonce was cheated on. Halle Berry was cheated on. Tammy Rivera, body is banging. She got cheated on. It's just Tiny got cheated on. Like, it's just like, you're the loyal person and you still get played and you still get cheated on. You know what I mean? And again, I'm not talking about every black man. It's not every man. But I just want to put it out there about the oxymoron. Like, Future, he's going through it right now because Bow Wow's ex is now pregnant for him. Come to find out, it was all like she was trying to trap him, and she thought she was gonna be the next one, in line, and so he's like hurt over it. But you had Sierra that was trying to be friends with your 4 other baby mamas. She was trying to hold you down, and you messed that up. You cheated on her. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's so crazy how a lot of these guys are saying they want this, they want that, but then shame you for having that, right? I want a Proverbs 31 woman. Proverbs 31 woman was not sitting at home twiddling her thumbs. She was an entrepreneur. She dressed to the nines, okay? She had maid servants. She had people working for her. Okay, more than likely, she probably was an entrepreneur and she had people doing stuff for her, probably cleaning up, doing everything for her. But she was handling her business in other ways. But these same men are praying for the Proverbs 31 woman. And then if you have a degree and you have something going for yourself, oh, you're too intimidating. You have too much going for yourself. You're too successful. It's crazy. It's crazy how a lot of these men have not come to terms with loving themselves and who they are as a person and filling that hole in their own heart. They're waiting for women to come along and fix them. But then, you know what I mean? Then they're like, oh, I don't want you to be my mom. But then they want you to fix them. So it's very crazy because even women who act like that, oh, I want him to come save me and I want him to do that. I stop women right in their tracks because I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. He's a human being and he's not God. You can't put that all on a human being to do those things. And Kimberly Foster from For Harriet, she had a quote that was out and she was talking about pretty much, a man, men expecting women to come and fix them and heal them and do all this stuff. It's oppressive. Do your own work. I know I'm paraphrasing it, but do your own work. And a lot of men are not doing their own work, but they want a supermodel. They want certain measurements for a woman to have a certain body type. Like this one guy I was talking to, he was saying, oh, he cheated on who he was dealing with, and because it's her fault because she wasn't treating him right, but he wants a good woman in his life. So wait a minute, you cheated on this person. It's her fault you cheated, but you want somebody good in your life. So it's just one of those things. It's just like, deal with the fact that you did not break up with her. Deal with the fact that you didn't communicate what your needs were. And even if you did all of the above, you should have broke up with her before cheating on her. So a lot of men are out here asking for things that they're not. You want a loyal woman, but you're not loyal yourself. You want a woman that's going to hold you down, but you don't hold nobody down. It's crazy. And it's not just about money. It's not about buying her a car and making it rain. You know, T.I. just bought Tiny this beautiful car and all this lavish stuff, which is great. You know what I mean? That's nice. She deserves that. But what about the holding her down psychologically? What about holding her, like the whole internet had to drag you for you to see like you have a gold, you have a gold mine where, where you're at. These women out here, what they gonna do for T.I.? What they gonna do for T.I.? They're clout chasing, but they say they don't want, I ain't going 50-50 with no hoe. I'm not doing this. I don't want this type of woman or whatever. Like I told y'all, I was listening on the Scorpion review that I did. DJ Academics was interviewing somebody, and he was like, oh, well, would you deal with a stripper? Would you deal with her? Would you date somebody like that? And what did the guy say? No, I would sleep with the stripper, but I would not actually wife her. I would not actually, make it a serious type of relationship. So it goes to tell you that what men say that they want and what they actually want is two different things. If it was up to them, they would go to the strip club, get them a stripper, come back, fix her up, and that's who they really want. They don't want the Proverbs 31 woman. They don't want you to be praying for them. They don't want that stuff. They're gonna say it don't take all of that. Some of them really don't want that, but they're saying they want it, right? They say, oh, I want a relationship, or I want a good woman, but they don't want to do the work that it comes with to get a good woman. You get what I'm saying? And the only person like I really respect in this whole ordeal is Kanye West. Kanye know who he has. He respects her past. You know what I mean? He on the song Click, he said, my girl became famous off of a home movie. Okay, so he's not tripping off of what she did in her past, and he calls her his Marilyn Monroe, his modern day Marilyn Monroe. So that's who he wants. Own that. What I'm sick and tired of is these men out here that are saying they want one thing, but they don't really want it. They're writing articles. There's an article that came out, I'll post it in the description, a few years ago, talking about 12 reasons why Christian men don't date Christian women. And it's so crazy because they're like, oh, they feel unvalued. How can someone else make you feel unvalued? I remember watching Red Table Talk, and somebody asked Jada, well, she said that she's a dark-skinned woman, and it's hard for her to kind of deal because of past trauma and all this other stuff. What advice would she give her? And Jada, I was like, how can Jada answer this question? Because Jada might not be able to relate because Jada's not dark skinned. And Jada paused and she took a moment, and Jada was like, you know what? We as women have to learn to not take what other people have to say as our standard of our beauty, pretty much. And she was pretty much saying that, you know what, as women, anything that other people say, external forces, we take it as golden for us, and we have to get out of that. Like, you know what, I can understand how someone can make you feel, unvalued. Like, they treat you like trash. They talk to you any kind of way. And I don't think that's right. I really don't think that's right. However, what I think, some of these men are talking about is the fact that, they want women to do what God is supposed to do in their life. Because a lot of them, they're like, oh, y'all go to church too much. Y'all are boring. Y'all listen to what y'all pastors say. It goes back to accountability. Like, of course you're not going to want her to say, well, pastor said we can't do XYZ. Is because, they don't want to be held accountable. They don't want to be held accountable for their action. They want to do what they want to do. You know what I mean? So it's just like, do not fall for these men out here. Some of them, again, this is only a few guys. Who I'm referring to is the covert F-boy. This is the professional time waster, serial dater, type of guy. He comes off really sweet, really genuine. He talks a good game, but he doesn't really know what he wants. And what he wants, most women should not be out here giving the benefits without a real commitment, a wedding ring, something. Because these men are not, they're saying they want one thing on their little profiles, or they're verbally telling you they want one thing, but in actuality they're emotionally unavailable. They have a lot of trauma in their lives. They don't know how to communicate effectively, and they just want to have fun, but they want to have companionship because they're either bored or being alone is too hard. They have to then deal with their stuff. And a lot of men are running from their stuff and they don't want to deal with it. You know what I mean? So it's really, really, really tough. And I think that, you know, as women, we have to be able to dig past the charisma. We have to dig past the wink and the smile. And we have to go past that, because these same men will say they want one thing and then act a different way. And then when you call them out on it, oh, that's why you're single. That's why you ain't got a man. That's why ain't no man gonna deal with you. Why is it that every time a woman calls a man out on his stuff, it always comes off that they feel like you're hating on them? They feel like, you know, you're dividing the black community when you call men out on their stuff. No, it's BS and it's wrong. You really don't want that. You really don't want a commitment. Say that and own it. And we as women have the right to say, I'm not doing struggle love. I'm not gonna wait for you until you figure it out. I'm not gonna wait for your potential to flourish. That could be never. You know what I mean? And so black men, y'all got to get it together. Stop wasting people's time. If you don't want to be in a relationship, stop pursuing women. Stop manipulating women. Be by yourself until you figure out who you are and what you want to do. Ladies, beware of that too. A man who can never be single, who hops from one relationship to the next relationship, he could never be by himself. That's a red flag. That is a huge red flag. Oh, when was the last girlfriend you had? Oh, we were together 2 weeks ago and I'm ready to move on. That's crazy. Even if it was 5 or 6 months, that's still kind of soon. You know what I mean? So just beware based on what he said. It don't matter what he says. A lot of these dudes have these drip campaigns. They want to text you from sun up to sundown. They want to do all this stuff, and they're not going to be making plans to actually meet you. Okay? Oh, I want a girlfriend. I want something serious. I want to be married. Just because he's talking about marriage doesn't mean he wants to be with you. He's thinking about the idea of marriage, but the reality of it, he's not making a commitment, sis. He's not asking you out on dates. He's throwing it out there to feed you breadcrumbs, but he's not making it official. Don't keep giving these men the time of day you don't want to say anything out of fear that you're going to scare him away. It's best to scare them away early on instead of 11 months later, 3 years later, and you're in this situationship off of this man who claims that he wants all these things. So why is it that a lot of these women are doing all of this? They're cooking, they're cleaning, they're dressing spicy, they're dressing sexy, wearing bodysuits every day, and these women are still getting cheated on. These women are still getting played. Why is it? So if you do everything that this guy wants, he may play you anyway. So why not take that same energy that you're giving and to go into these seminars and these conferences to find out what a man wants? Why don't you take that same energy and buy some books on your purpose? Buying some books on investing, finance, what you want, entrepreneurship, what you want to do with your own life. And we're not groomed to think about ourselves. We're groomed to be relational. We're groomed to care about everybody else and not ourselves, right? And so we need to shift that energy so that you can be a full human being, so that when there is a counterfeit, a wolf in church clothes, a wolf in sheep clothing, whatever you want to call it, then you could be able to spot them out and not waste your time. Well, I just want attention. Some attention is better than no attention. No. A man like that should not get no play. A man like that should not have nobody in his face, because men like that, these imposters, these great pretenders, what they want, they're giving you an appearance, okay? An appearance of them being a good guy, but they're not. They're masquerading as a good guy. Just because he has a car, job, house, he pays his bills on time or whatever, and he dresses nice, congratulations, you're an adult. Why are we giving, like Chris Rock saying, like, why are we giving people, awards and parades off of what they're supposed to do? And because a lot of women, have not been in relationships for a long time, they've been single for a long time, or maybe it's the daddy issue. They maybe might have not have heard, a man saying that they're beautiful or that they love them. So that game, or whatever the case may be, is easy to get wrapped up in that. So I'm here to tell you, wake up. Wake up. It's better to be single now. It's better to be single, period, than to be married and you're a single wife. You're a single wife. He's not going to be there for you emotionally. These are the counterfeit dudes. You know what? And also beware of a man that constantly, it wants to talk about relationships, and he's not actually making steps to be with you. He's picking your brain. He's on the phone with you 2-3 hours a day. You hang up, no, you hang up, no, on 3 hang up, and there's no actual effort. Texting, I'm gonna tell you right now, texting you all day, that's not effort. That's not effort. Him calling you and y'all on the phone all day, that's not effort. Him actually making plans, scheduling something, leaving his house, like that is effort. It's cute to get the good morning text messages. That's really, really cute. But we are asking now for the bare minimum. Like we're taking crumbs and we're thinking, oh my gosh, he's doing so much right now. No, hun. He probably is sending 5 other girls these text messages. If he's not actually making genuine plans, he's not doing nothing. He's not doing anything. We have to stop getting impressed off of the bare minimum. You know what I mean? Like opening car doors, that's a rare thing, but it's beautiful. Chivalry is not dead. However, stop, gassing these dudes up to where they feel like they're in there. No, I mean, I do believe you have to show interest so that he knows, okay, you're interested too, but we're getting gassed off of anything. And these men are out here playing games. And you know what's sad is the men who don't know that they're F-boys. They really feel like they're good guys, and they have these platforms with 1 million to 3 million, followers on Instagram saying, treat your woman right, put that woman first, word to Jaheim. And they're low-key F-boys, professional time wasters, emotionally unavailable. If I only had a brain, right? They're out here. They don't have a heart. They don't have a brain. It's like you walking with, you Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz. Like they're walking out here with stuff missing, and they want you to come and fill in the blanks. Like it's out of control out here in these streets. You know what I mean? So let's stop taking men for their word. Like let's stop taking them for their word. Let's put some action to that. And even action is crazy, because you cannot take a man who's flirting with you as he's interested, because a lot of these men are just playing games. They're just playing games, some of them, to see if they still got it, to make you like them, and then, pull you in to throw you back out. So it's like, let's not get so caught up in the whirlwind of the flirting. Oh, he's hanging out with you a lot. Because I did say, let's see if he makes plans. Some men will make the plans. They will do all of that, and it's not going to go anywhere. I was watching interviews, y'all. I'm hearing, Drake was flying women out. And, Common, he had Angela Rye. These guys look so like they're good guys. And I'm like, why would Angela Rye leave Common so quick? And everybody was in the comments talking about professional time waster. He can't keep a woman. He talk a good game, but no, he can't stay. But maybe my friend was telling me Angela Rye probably peep game. Like she's probably in her 30s and she want to get married. And these men are not trying to really get married, but they're going to talk a good game. They're going to write that poetry. They're going to sing you a song. right? Kiki, do you love me, right? But they're not going to talk about their part in the game, right? So let's just be aware and let's just be cognizant of when dudes are, pulling one up on you, right? And some of them are not aware that they're doing it. Some of them are not aware that they're full of crap. They don't know, but they're walking around thinking that they're a good guy. And some of them are intentionally playing this game. You have to be the one to cut right through it, and they're going to tell you, oh, don't bring up marriage, don't bring up being in a serious relationship with these guys, you're going to scare them away or whatever. You don't need to say, are you going to marry me? You're just going to say, is marriage something that you're thinking about? You know what I mean? And you want to know, okay, later on down the line, is there an interest that you have in me to date me romantically? Because what's going to happen is, as soon as you pull that, so what are we? They're going to be shook. They're going to be shocked. Child, they done took you on shopping sprees, did all this. What? I don't see how you got the idea that I wanted something serious. So don't assume nothing with these guys. If he said, oh, you know what, you're such a good woman, I'm glad to have you. What does that mean? Oh, you're this and this and that. Well, when you say that, you love me or whatever, is that as a platonic friend, or is this as somebody you want to date? Like, we got to cut the crap with these dudes, because they will sit here and waste your time. So let's go past what they're saying, the words that they're saying, and actually what they really want. Okay? So that's that. I'm going to wrap this video up. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for listening. I am so glad to be doing these videos, getting some of this stuff, off of my chest. And that's all, folks. Enjoy your day. Bye.